Hey newbies, welcome back to my channel. Neeraja Anand here. In this video, we'll continue solving the questions of RFO 2018 question paper. This question is from time sprint distance. In a road tunnel AB, a dog is sitting at 3/8 distance of the length of a tunnel. When a car is near A, it sounds a horn. Immediately, the dog runs towards the car and meets it at A. Instead, had the dog run away from the car would have met it at B. If the speed of the car and the dog are uniform, what is the ratio of the speed of the dog and the car? Let's understand this properly. It's a very simple question. A dog is sitting at 3/8 distance of the length of the tunnel. Let's take this as 3 meters and this as 5 meters. Total 8 meters are there. The dog is at 3/8 of the length of the tunnel. When a car is near A means when the car is just few meters away from A, let's take it as Y meters, okay? It sounds a horn. Immediately the dog runs towards the car and meet it at A. That means the dog is moving in the opposite direction with respect to car. If the dog is moving like this, dog and car meet at this point. That is what given over there. Okay. Meeting each other means while meeting each other, distance may vary, the speed may vary, but time taken to meet each other will be always same. You have to use this concept to answer this question. Okay. Now, time taken by dog to reach that point A, and time taken by the car to reach that point A is same. You have to take like that. Okay. Now, what is the distance covered by the dog? Let's take 3 meters with the speed of the dog SD. What is the distance covered by the car? Y meters with the speed SC. Okay. Let's take the ratio of the speed of the dog and the speed of the car, which is equal to 3 by Y. One equation. Okay. Next, let's read the next given information. Instead, the dog had run away from the car. That means this direction, in the same direction with respect to the car. The car would have met it at point B. Here. Similar concept, time taken by dog to reach this point is exactly equal to time taken by the car to reach that point. Am I clear? Now, what is the distance covered by the dog? 5 meters with the speed SD, and check about the car. Y meters first and plus 8 meters, the length of the tunnel. Yes, then divided by SC. I hope this is clear. Let's take the ratio now. SD by SE is equal to 5 by Y plus 8. This is equation 2. See, LHS are same, no? You can equate these RHS. Let's write it here. 3 by Y is equal to 5 by Y plus 8. Now, we get 3Y plus 24 is equal to 5Y. Now, it's very easy to get the Y value. 2Y is equal to 24 and Y value we get as 12. Am I clear? Just replace this Y value to any of these equations, you will get the answer. Very simple. I'm taking the first equation. Speed of the dog divided by speed of the car is equal to 3 by 12, which is 1:4. That is the answer for this question. Option C is the answer. I hope this is clear. This question is from number system. When a number is divided by 105, the remainder is 99. What will be the remainder if the number is divided by 21? Newbies, this question is very simple. Just pause the video and try this question. Definitely I'll give the solution. Before I giving the solution, just try it. Let's see whether you will get the answer or not. I hope you have tried it. Okay, just verify your solution. When a number is divided by 105, okay, let's take the number n and you're dividing that by 105, you're getting the remainder 99. How can we get this n value? Tell me. Where is n? What is this position called? It is called dividend. Yes. Dividend. How do you get the dividend? Simple. Divisor into quotient plus remainder. Am I clear? Now, what I'll do is, I'll take it as 1s. I'll assume quotient as 1s. Then, n value is 105 into 1 plus 99. We can assume n value as 204. They're asking you to divide this number by 21 and get the remainder. Simple. Let's take this value 204 divided by 21. Obviously, we can't take 10za. 10za is 210, right? So let's try 9za. 9za is 189. Yes, we get the remainder 15. See, option C is the answer for this question. That's it. I hope this is clear. Very simple question. Next question is from simple interest. A sum of rupees P kept in a fixed deposit in a bank which gives a simple interest of 10% per annum for 4 years as a maturity value rupees 22,960. This is last amount, okay? If the amount invested had been 600 rupees more than P, what would be the interest earned on the amount deposited for the same period? You have to find that new principal. New principal means P plus 600. Okay, they're asking you to find the interest for this value. See, to get the answer for this question, we have to find this P value first. Let's find it. Amount in simple interest is equal to P into 1 plus RT divided by 100. Okay, we know amount value 22,960 rupees and principal value is P. 1 plus rate of interest 10 and total number of years 4 divided by 100. Cancel this common zeros. We get 22,960 is equal to P into 14 by 10. This is 14 ones. We can take this as yes, ones, 6, 4, 0. Or else you can take like this 22,960 divided by 14. 7 2s, 7 3s, you get 1 here. Then we can say 7 2s are 14 and we get 5 here, that indicate 8s are 0s. Then 2 1s are 2 1s are 6 are 4s are 0s. Same value we get. Okay, now old principal value 16,400. You have to send this 10 this side. We get 16,400. For that add 600 rupees. New principal amount is 17,000. Okay, given is same rate of interest and same period, just take the 10% of this. So every year we get 1,700 as the interest. Just divide this. We have to take out 10%, right? Like this 4 years. Answer is 6,800. Option E is the answer for this question. Or else you can use the formula simple interest is equal to P into T into R divided by 100. Okay. See, in the place of P, we have to place 17,000 and the T is 4 years and R is 10 divided by 100. If we simplify this, we get the same answer. I hope this is clear. Next question is from progression. Sum of the first 9 terms of an arithmetic series is 61. Sum of the next 9 terms is 223. What is the common difference of the series? Newbies, let's understand this properly. See, this first line, the sum of the first 9 terms of the arithmetic series means S9. That means 1 to 9. Okay, this value is given as 61. Then, sum of the next 9 terms. That means from 10th term to 18th term. Okay, the value is 223. Sum of all the numbers is 223. Okay, can you tell me the sum of 1 to 18 terms from first term to last term? Just you have to add these values. No, we get 284. Am I clear? Now, see, we'll use these two to solve the question. Okay. See, formula of sum of n terms is Sn is equal to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Correct? Okay. Now, S9 means 9 by 2, 2a plus 8d. Okay, this value we know that is 61. Let's replace it. 9 by 2, 2a plus 8d. Okay, let's take that S18 now. S18 means 18 by 2, 2a plus 17d. We have found this value. Value is 284 is equal to 18 by 2, 2a plus 17d. See, I'll rewrite this as 284 is equal to 9 by 2, 2 into 2a plus 17d. Okay, see, let me keep this 9 by 2 one side and rest everything in the other side. I'm doing this for the calculation purpose. Okay, this is equation 1 and same here. 9 by 2 is equal to 284 divided by 2 into 2a plus 17d. Okay, let's take this as equation 2. In these two equations, we have LHS same, so we can equate the RHS. Now I can write this as 61 divided by 2a plus 8d is equal to 284 divided by 2 into 2a plus 17d. Let's reduce this. This is 1s are, 1s are, 4s are, 2s are. Correct. Let's send this value this side and this value this side. We get 61 2s are 122a plus 61 into 17. We get 1037d is equal to 142 2s are 284a plus 142 into 8, we get 1136d. Okay, now let's simplify this further by sending this 122a this side and 1136d this side. We get 162a, and this side, see, we are subtracting the bigger number from the smaller number. That's why we get minus 99d. Let's divide this two values by 9. We get 11d is equal to 18a. After getting this, it is very simple, newbies. Let's use this to get the d value now. What is given over there? 61 is equal to 9 by 2, 2a plus 8d. Let's send this 2 here and 9 will multiply with the 2 and 8. We get 61 into 2 is equal to 18a plus 72d. Correct. We know we can write 18a as 11 minus 11d. Yes, let's replace it. Minus 11d plus 72d is equal to 61 into 2. Now, what is this value? 61d is equal to 61 into 2. We can cancel these two. What are we left with? D value. D value is 2. Option D is the answer for this question. I hope this is clear. Next question is, a number multiplied by 2 by 3 gives the value m. On dividing the same number by 3 by 2, the value got is n. What is the ratio of m is to n? Simple. Let's take the number as 1. You can use any variable for this. Okay. Now, a number is multiplied by 2 by 3 gives the value m. That means 1 into 2 by 3. This value is m. Then, on dividing the number by 3 by 2, that means like this. This value is n. We can rewrite this as 2 by 3. See, both are same, no? M is 2 by 3 and n is also 2 by 3. Answer is 1 is to 1. Or else what we have to do? We have to take the ratio like this. This is 2 by 3 is to 2 by 3. This is 1s are 1 is to 1. Very simple question. Next equation question is, a competitive exam paper has 50 questions. As per scoring rules, each correct answer fetches 1 mark. 1 by 3 mark is deducted for each wrong answer and 1 by 6 mark is deducted for not attempting a question. If the net score of a student is 32, what is the minimum number of questions answered wrongly by the student? This is complete equation question. Newbies, let's create the equation now. See, total 50 questions are there. Let's take correct answered questions are x, wrong one are y, and not attempted questions are z. Okay, total are 50. Am I clear? X correct answered questions are there and y are wrongly answered and z are not attempted one. Then for every correct answer, 1 marks is allocated. Okay, then for every wrong answer, minus 1 by 3. Deducted means you have to use negative symbol. So minus 1 by 3 marks for every wrong answer. Then minus 1 by 6 marks for not attempted questions. Okay, is equal to, what is the given value? 32. That's it. Question is, what is the minimum number of questions answered wrongly by the student? That means you have to find y value. Okay, let's simplify this equation first. See, denominators are 3 and 6. LCM is 6. So we have to multiply this with 6. I mean every value with 6. We get 6x minus 2y minus z is equal to 192. Okay, we'll take the simultaneous equation. X plus y plus z is equal to 50. Here 6x minus 2y minus z is equal to 192. Very simple. C plus z and minus z is there. We'll cancel this. We get 7x minus y is equal to 242. Okay, see, after this, to solve the question, what you have to do is, you have to take the trial and error method. Trial and error method means, let's take y value as 0. We get 7x minus 0 is equal to 242. 7x is equal to 242. X value 242 divided by 7. We won't get integer value. Okay, see, 242 divided by 7 means decimal value. X can't be decimal. Why? Think about it. What is x? Number of questions. Correct? No. Is it possible to get number of questions in decimal value? No, right? That means y value can't be 0. Like this, you have to take y value as 1, 2, 3, okay? Till you get this x value as integer. Am I clear? Instead of going in this way, just take the smallest number given in the option. Use it directly. Okay, let's use that. Y value 3. 7x minus 3 is equal to 242. We get 7x is equal to 245. Then x value we get 35. Yes. See, we got x value as integer. That means minimum number of questions answered wrongly by the student is 3 questions. I hope this is clear. You can ask me, ma'am, what if we get the decimal value here also? Simple. See, 3 is the least value among these values. If not 3, you have to take for 4. If not 4, 5. Instead of starting from 0, 1, 2 and then reaching 3, just use the options directly to answer the question. I hope the technique is clear. For this question, yes, option A is the answer. Okay, we'll continue. Next question is, Aman and Basir cultivate ragi. Basir has 10 hectares land more than Aman. Aman's land gave yield of 25 quintals per hectare, while that of Basir's land was 30 quintals per hectare. If the ragi production of Basir was 350 quintals more than that of Aman, what was the extent of area in which Aman grew ragi? Maybe let's take Basir has B hectares of land and Aman has A hectares of land. They're telling Basir has 10 hectares more than Aman. This is one equation. And Aman's land gave a yield of 25 quintals per hectare. See, Aman is having A hectares. So, 25 into A. And Basir says 30 quintals per hectare. He has B hectares. That is 30 into B. The difference is 350. Am I clear? See, if the ragi production of Basir was 350 quintal more than that of Aman, that means these two difference should be 350. Take this as second equation. Check what we have to find. What was the extent of area in which Aman grew ragi? That means we need to find this A variable. Let's take this second equation now. 30B minus 25A is equal to 350. See, to find this A variable, you have to remove B variable. Correct. Let's try to remove this B variable. Here we have 30B, right? Let's make this also 30B. How? Very simple. Just multiply this equation with 30. 30B is equal to 30A plus 300. Okay, let's send this 30A this side to LHS. We get 30B minus 30A is equal to 300. Okay, let's write that here. 30B minus 30A is equal to 300. We can cancel this. Okay, then we get 5A is equal to 50. A value is 10. That means Aman has 10 hectares of land. That's it. Option D is the answer for this question. I hope all the questions that we have solved in this video are clear. If you have any doubt, please do comment it. Thank you.